Hello and welcome to a new session of the YouTube series, The Underrated Heartache, a series that is only and only about feelings. Here I am, Joyeta Moietree, and today we have with us, honestly, I'm still thinking how exactly should I introduce her. So let's start with how I know her, and her rest of the identities will be later exposed to all of you. So she is one of the writers of my online magazine, Unlocking the Silence. But that isn't it. She is, I think, one of the most special writers of the magazine because, hey, once upon a time back in 2018, I won a silver award in the Queen's Commonwealth essay writing competition, but that doesn't matter. What matters is she is the silver award winner of the same competition 2020. So yes, here we are, two Commonwealth Award-winning girls. Uh, let's finally say her name. She is none other than Nowshin Nawar Chowdhury from Chattogram. Nowshin, welcome to my show. And I have already spoken a lot. Audience is already tired of me. So let's just hear something from you.
Okay, as she already introduced me, I'm Noshina Chaudhary and I read in 8th grade from Presidency International School, Chittagong. And I've been one of her writers for her online magazine, and I'm honestly really honored to write for her magazine. The magazine itself it's extremely awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nowshin. It really means a lot when a participant is saying this about my magazine. Well, for the audience, Nowshin is not just a writer, she is also a dancer. She has been dancing for the last 10 years. And not only that, she also does debate and public speaking, and she is also involved with an international platform called Olympia. So yes, my goodness, having such a talented girl on my show is, I must say, a real great honor for me. Noshin, let's start with your underrated heartache, should we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then let's start with your
So,
story.
hmm. So when I was 5 or 6 years old, I thought that I could be the best. And I had this dream of being the best of all. Like I was too ambitious and, of course, too young to understand that I cannot have everything. I aced in my academics. I had a lot of friends, people around me. They loved me, and I was extremely extroverted. And I thought that I was great and that I can do anything. But as that young girl, little did I know that these feelings would be the cause of my underrated heartache, that this will be my transition, this will be my collapse. Now I feel that if I had known what my future would look like, if I only had a single glimpse of it as that little girl, maybe then it wouldn't have been an utter catastrophe, an absolute tragedy. Now I feel that if I didn't feel like being the best of all and that I can do everything, then I would still have known who I am really today.
My goodness, Noshin, so far you have started your narration in a way I literally felt it like a suspense story, you know. Uh, I mean, I can't wait to know what more happened and how your story continued. But I would like to add for you and the audience that so far from what you have narrated, I think what I have understood is right now you value about who you really are rather than chasing to be the best of all, which is something
Yes.
that is already making me so proud of you. So, yeah,
Thank you.
let's get back to your story.
Okay. So as I grew older, I have realized that I do have flaws. After all, I'm a human being, but now the problem was that when I seem all perfect to others for a really long time, like a single flaw can destroy me because people have that fixed mindset about me. Even though I try to conceal my flaws, but for how long? And eventually they'll get to know. I fear that everyone will be aware that I'm not perfect. I fear that even a slight mistake would be my downfall. I fear that I wouldn't be that golden girl people see me as. And about 3 years, I realized that my ambition destroyed me. I realized that in this journey of chasing perfect, I have lost the real me. I flew so high, spread my wings so wide that I can't fit in right now. I felt like my ambition became my kryptonite, my ultimate weakness, because that ambition with that ambition came expectation. And when I have these baggage of expectations, it's a burden that is heavier than anything else. And there was that constant fear, what if I can't fulfill those expectations? Then all these people who have loved me till date would push me aside because I was supposed to be flawless. I was supposed to be the sunshine they want me to be. And now a slight disappointment will turn into a whirlwind for me because I would be buried 60 feet under the ground as I seemed so perfect. Besides, a lot of my classmates and friends were jealous of my supposed perfection. I realized that they never perceived me as the way I perceived them as my friends. And guess what? They took advantage of my flaws, of my mistakes, and I had to face so many consequences of their envy. I was tired of putting up with myself. I didn't know what to do, and I felt that nobody can save me right now. At one point, I started having self doubts. I felt like people used to see me bigger and brighter than I really am. And I fear that now people will realize my black spots, my blotch that has engulfed me. I started to hate myself, and at one point, I really believed them that I was a nuisance who had nothing special.
Uh, Nowshin, honestly, I personally haven't faced the things that you have shared. So, I mean, I know I can't relate, but the way you have narrated and you have expressed your emotion, I literally could feel it so much. I literally could feel that pain in your story, that pain in your underrated heartache, that pain of faking perfection in front of people, that pain of the burden of the expectation, and that fear of not being able to fulfill it also. And then that urge of being the golden girl, and that envious friends and everything. I mean, I literally could feel that hopelessness in the emotion you are sharing of your underrated heartache story. And specifically speaking about the time when you say that you had self-doubt about yourself that eventually led to self-hate. Girl, I could literally feel and relate so much because I went through that same phase of emotion back when I was in grade 4, that feeling of self-doubt, and then gradually self-hate develops from it. I mean, I could just feel and relate so much. All I can say right now is I want to know, how did you overcome this terrible emotion and situation?
Okay. I remember one day I stared at myself intently, trying to figure out the perfection my ambition characterized me with. And in that emotional state, all I saw was a shabby, scattered image of a girl who would have been a nightmare to the little girl who wanted to be perfect, who wanted bigger. And then I just pondered upon the thought: was it only a bigger smile I wanted, or was it the attention? Was it a bigger vision, or was it the spotlight I craved for? I again looked at myself and saw a girl who wanted to be flawless, impeccable, and smooth and sparkling. Yet now, all I got was a blotchy image of what could have been better if I didn't want bigger. Bigger, yes, bigger is the word. I started to feel that would it have been completely a different scenario if I would have wanted less? Would have been easier if I didn't stretch my wings so much that it's hard for me to fit in now. My ambition was now my regret. I felt that my ambition dragged me to such a position in my life that I could barely recognize myself. And now I was a fairy tale that would soon turn into a lost myth because my ambition was my spell as well as my curse. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be ambitious, but I think it's better not to overdo it. Finally, I realized that I need to love myself. I needed to respect myself. Only then I can be happy because my happiness, it depends on me. Today, I'm ambitious, but I don't dream of being the best. I don't dream of being perfect. Because as per the Harry Potter character, Dumbledore said, perfection is beyond human level, beyond the level of magic. I look at myself and I found a new me, a new girl, a girl who is happy and is living. Thank you.
Nâzım, to be honest, the moment when you say that about that our happiness depends upon us, I literally got so emotional inside my heart. I mean, I totally can feel, relate, and agree that this is such an important thing that you have shared, that yes, totally our happiness actually depends upon us. And that's why it's very, very important that we love and respect ourselves as who we really
Yes.
are, rather than comparing ourselves with what that person is doing and with others, this thing, that thing. Nâzım, I think this underrated heartache session was really, really close to my heart, because I mean, the way you have, first of all, the way you have narrated and expressed your feelings, it was just so raw, real, and wholesome for me. And the only thing that I have to say right now is, do you have anything to share about how you felt being on my show and about this underrated heartache and everything?
So basically, I would like to say that I've enjoyed. I haven't said these things in public before. It was the very first time I have expressed myself completely. So I'd like to thank Joyeta for inviting me here, for letting me speak my mind. And yeah, I mean, like, I really loved this. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you so much, Nâzım. It's a real great honor for me to know that someone who is on my show has shared it for the first time on my show and never before. It's a really big achievement for me. And thank you so much for sharing your emotion. Thank you for being on my show. And yes, for the audience, I hope you have liked Nâzım's stories. And please show down your love for her in the comment section below. Put out your thoughts, your comments. If you have similar experience like Nâzım, you can share that as well. And if anyone of you are interested to be on this underrated heartache, you can contact at unlockingthesilence@gmail.com. So yeah, I think we are at the end of today's show. So let's take a goodbye from the audience. Nâzım, do you want to say anything to the audience?
So I guess I have said this in my speech before that you need to you are the only one who can make yourself happy. So don't depend on others for your own happiness. Find your happiness by yourself, because that's what true happiness actually is.
Yes, Nâzım, you
That's
have
what I wanted
shared.
to tell the
Yeah,
audience.
it's a very important message that you have shared. I'm already feeling like a proud older sister moment that, wow, a junior on my show is feeling like that. It's a really great thing. For the audience, try to keep Nâzım words in mind, that it is very important that we control our happiness by ourselves and not depend on it with others. All right, thank you for watching today. Thank you for watching Nâzım. Show down your love in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you for watching. Let's take a bye today. Bye bye.